Hi, this is Blanca. This is my Laelia Purpurata Carnoa. I can't remember quite. I don't know if I have a label in there or not, but yes, I do. But it's time to repot. She's got new roots coming out all over the place, and that new growth. And you can see how that growth is growing out of the pot. Not only that one grew out of the pot, this long one here, which bloomed, and the blooms have been gone. So it's time to repot, and I think I have an idea of how I'm going to do it, because this pseudobulb here goes down, and I really can't put it anywhere where it won't run into the edge of a pot or the rim of a basket here. But I think I have this idea here. This is what I want to do. Let me show you. Here, this wooden basket here. You see where the pencil markings are right here? Right there's one, and there's another one over here. My idea is to go ahead and just cut back that piece right there, between the markings, and that's going to give it room for that pseudobulb that hangs down like that. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and give that a shot now. Okay, here I am at my favorite spot. I'm in front of my orchid potting bench, which I'm really proud of because I built it with the help of my husband. And my very first video that I put on YouTube, it was about my potting bench. Anyways, it's time to repot this big girl here. She's got that new growth over there, and she's got some roots. And it's going to be interesting repotting her. But I'm all set up, and I'm going to put her into, like I said, this basket here. And that pseudobulb is going to hang there, I hope. And I'm going to line the basket here with, it's a coconut tree fiber, like a fabric. I collected from my coconut tree. Here, I'll show you what it is. I keep it in a plastic bag after I have cleaned it out really good, and then I let it sit out in the pavement for like 3 days, let the sun dry it up really good, and I spray it real good with alcohol and hydrogen peroxide. Then I store it in my garage where it's like, I would say about 120 degrees, and I keep it in there for months. So it should be pretty clean, dried up, and there shouldn't be any pests on it. But I still go ahead and respray it. But that's what I'm going to line the basket up with. Let me show you where I get that from. Got a few coconuts. The yard people came out and they pulled out one of the coconut branches, and a few coconuts fell off, which I don't care, as long as it doesn't break my bird bath. But up here in this tree, God, it's so sunny I can't see. There is the fiber. It's that fabric, and I go ahead sometimes and I collect it for that purpose. Here's the other tree. I have 2 coconut trees, and there's the other one. It's loaded. It's way past their season. I think their season was back in May. Who knows? Maybe they were ready before that, but they're still hanging on there. And we had some strong winds. I was hoping they would fall off, but they're still hanging on. Okay, here's my orchid, all cleaned up, and I cut away a lot of roots, and those seem to be pretty good roots. They don't break and they're hard, so I'm going to keep them on because it's going to need some support too inside the basket. And this is the wooden basket. I went ahead and lined it up with the coconut fiber fabric, and then I sprayed it with hydrogen peroxide, and to be on the safe side, I sprayed it with insecticidal soap. So I'm going to go ahead and try to repot her in there. And this really isn't going to be a repotting video because I know that you'll know how to repot. Oh, I forgot to mention that I went ahead and I cut off one of the end pseudobulbs, and I was looking for a purple ring. It's kind of cut really rough because it was hard to cut, but I didn't see the purple ring. Oh, that's the wrong side. Here, let me turn it around. I didn't see a purple ring. It's brown around the edge, but honestly, I don't think that's purple. And I went ahead and put peroxide on the wound right on here. And that did not have a purple ring, so I hope it's safe. Well, here she is, all potted up. And let me show you a little close-up what I had to do. There's her new roots. And this is where I went ahead and cut up the basket. Oh, sorry for the shaking. So I'm going to turn it in a direction so the new growth will go towards the opposite way it's growing. And there's her name. I'll insert a photo of her blooms. I actually have two of these Purpurata carnea. The other one I repotted and it didn't do too well. I'll show you that in a minute. She's in my screen porch for now, but I will be moving her to the pergola. I had to put lava rock all over the top. She's planted in bark and perlite and charcoal, but the lava rock is to keep the critters. We have frogs, lizards, and I'm not sure what else, probably raccoons, squirrels that come and dig out my orchids, and they want to lay their eggs inside the bark, so hopefully the lava rock will keep them out. This is my other Purpurata. I always say Purpurata. I know I'm saying it wrong. What is it? Let's see. Purpurata carnea by Sib species. And this was actually the very first one that I purchased, and I've had her for about 5 or 6 years, and she blooms every year. I'll insert a photo of her blooms because she was really a beautiful plant, but she got too large and she was outgrowing the pot. So I went ahead and repotted her about, I'll say almost a year ago, and I divided her because my friend wanted a portion, so I was going to give the back division to a friend. The back division started dying right away after the repot. I mean, she had like 4 pseudobulbs on the back division, and they all started browning. Then I noticed the front division, after a while, started dying off too. I don't know what was wrong with her. So I took her out of the pot about a week ago, and all I have is 3 bulbs left. She might have had like 5 bulbs at one time on the front division. And last week I went ahead and took her out of the big pot, cut off all the dead ones, and I put her into the small pot, and she did have a small eye, and I noticed now that the eye is starting to emerge right down in there. I don't see any roots yet, but I'll give her a little bit of time. And as far as the back division that I was going to give my friend, and then I had to let him know, duh, it died. Well, it was dying, and it only had 2 pseudobulbs left, and I went ahead and cut off the other 2 pseudobulbs, and it left 2. And I thought, well, let me see what I can do. I'll just put it in this container here with some leca beads. Well, the 1 pseudobulb dried off just like the other ones did, but look, it's been months And this is the only one left right here, one pseudobulb with one leaf. And I thought, let me experiment. Let me see if I can, because it had a good eye. Let me see if I can get that to develop. So I put it in this container with leca balls and or beads, and I just missed it every day for weeks and weeks and weeks, maybe months. And she started putting out roots. The dead pseudobulb is really my handle. That's what I used to bring her out and check her out. But look, she started putting out roots, and then the eye started developing. And look, now I've got a little new growth there. I think it's almost time to probably put her in her own pot and cut off that old pseudobulb there. Then I can tell my friend, duh, I still have your orchid if you want it. Well, anyways, that's it for now. Thanks for watching.